Don't leave me.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. 10K Bitcoin, market cap, flirting with 480 billion. Just got back from LA. The meetup was awesome. I had a really great time. Met a lot of cool people. Definitely going to be looking to do more of those. I think that's one of the more enjoyable things I can do, is going out to these meetups. And probably going to have another one soon. So just stay tuned for that. And, you know, the cool thing is all the questions you get asked. You get asked so many questions because normally you probably don't have that many crypto friends that you live by. So you're probably doing a lot of communication over the internet. But when you actually get like a group of people all talking, interested, enthusiastic about the same subject, it's really cool. And I was just getting, you know, asked so many different questions, trying to think of some interesting ones. That one was, do I plan to keep on doing, you know, 5 days a week videos? And that's an interesting point. Like, I don't like to plan things too much. And the reason I'm doing it now is I never really felt like the people that watch are, I don't know, it's kind of like the difference between having like a really good friend over, and you know how you don't feel like you have to entertain him, right? They just come over and it's like they're not even there. They're just, you know, they just can kick their feet up, have a good time, and you don't really feel like, oh, should I put on a movie or some music or Dorbs? You know, should I have this or that? I never really feel. That's how I kind of feel with I don't know. I feel like family, right? So I just feel like I just get on this mic and just kind of get what's in my head out for the day. That's all this is. It's just taking what's inside of my head for the day and getting it out in voice form. And YouTube's actually a very nice way to store videos. I mean, I don't really know a nicer way to store videos. So, you know, so I don't know. It's will I continue to? I don't like to make plans because I think it's a waste of time to try to, you know, goals are nice. You know, I made one goal. I think all these mini goals are a waste of time. I have a clear sight of where I need to go. Like when you're traveling to Disney World, you're not like making mini goals. It's like, all right, well, we're going to make it to this marker. And then, you know, once we make it here, we're going to make it here. No, you set the GPS, the end goal, Disney World, right? If you want to stop somewhere, that's fine. But the GPS always reroutes you back to Disney World because that's where your goal was. That's where your vision was. So when I was 5, 4, 3, since I could fucking talk, people asked me what I wanted to be. I said I was going to be a billionaire. That's what I said when I was a real little kid. As I got older, I made one mini goal, become a millionaire. So I don't know. That was just like a more of a walk before you can, you know, crawl before you walk type of deal. And I don't know. It served me pretty well. Not having all these distractions, just going, running as fast as you can. Not really worrying about this or that, trying to map pinpoints like, oh, am I going to be doing videos every day for the next, 10 years? Yeah, I don't ever think about it that way. I think about today, and tomorrow creeps in, and then I see my end goal, which is, you know, who knows how far away. It could happen tomorrow. It could happen, 10 years from now. I don't worry about that. You know, still just staying on track. And another one was like people get stuck underwater and they say, well, man, you always say you don't sell for a loss, but how do you really, like, trying to not calling me out, but they're like, how do you fucking, what's up? What happens when you need to pay some rent and you're hard up? Now, in those situations, yeah, you got to sell for a loss, right? That happens. If you absolutely need the money, but I'm absolutely scraping everything. Like, I was eating tuna cans. I was living a very humble life. I still do. I don't fucking, I don't know. I keep that same mentality. It's like the destination hasn't changed, so I'm not trying to go to all these different crazy places. I still have the same destination in mind. So just live very humble. And then the money I have, like, I store away 50% of what I put in crypto, and it doesn't exist anymore. Like, I would see, that's what it is. Like, I would go homeless before I dipped into that 50%. And that's the difference. That's the difference. The ride or die mentality. Most people don't store it, right? And they sell before it moons because of whatever. Because, dude, if you give yourself a reason, you're going to need the money. You're always going to need the money, no matter what. Always. It's always dire. You always need it right now. And guess what? If you don't have the money, you lived another day. Has anybody ever needed money real bad? It's like, man, if I don't have this money, what happened the day come? You took the lump and then you survived. You're still here. It's when I say I have nest eggs that I cut off that don't exist, they don't exist. They're not even in my realm. I can't touch them. I would have to go dry. I would have to fly to get to them. That's how cold they are. They're nowhere in my realm. They don't exist to me anymore. I don't keep them in arm's sight. Right, I can only send stuff to it. Can't receive. It doesn't exist to me anymore because I'm really going to see. Hey, if I was to be frozen and I woke up in 10 years, what would the price of Bitcoin and Ethereum really be? And I would have some guarantee 10 years from now. I don't care if I see Bitcoin going down to $100. I'm never ever going to sell it. I have that nest egg and it's going to be here for 10 years. You call it whatever you want. It's kind of psycho, but I don't know. And then you have the 50% that you play with. And you try to make the most out of that. You go gangbusters on that. You try to make as much fun. You know, that money doesn't exist. That 50% is what I use to risk. And so, and I just go for it, right? I mean, that's, I guess the nugget, like, think of it like a fire. Once you build a fire and you have it, all you have to do is throw logs onto it for it to grow bigger. But if you constantly spend your nest egg, if you constantly spend your foundation, you find yourself always having to start a fire from scratch. And psychologically, that's not a good thing because it's very, I don't know, you can create walls and pathways in your mind that make the journey seem a lot tougher than it really is when you can really just have that fire burning, aka you already have some savings. You already have an address you can send to, right? You already have that in the bag. You don't have to worry about spending your nest egg and starting from scratch. You have what you have, you build on it, you just keep throwing logs on it. That's how I envision it. I think imagery and using your imagination in life is very, very important. So it gets me through a lot of times. I think it's very powerful. Sometimes you got to be a kid again, and you have to fool yourself. Sometimes we're too smart for our own goods, and we can't ever believe in Santa Claus or anything like that. Like when you get to that point, that's a negative. It's like, yeah, you're smart, but there's a balance. There's a balance. You can overthink things. You can miss out on. Why are kids so damn happy? Think about it. That's a cool thing to have. I don't care. At the end of the day, we're trying to be as happy as possible. That's really, and be comfortable. That's what it really comes down to. We're not trying to be the smartest. We're trying to be the happiest. And a lot of people think, well, by being smart, I will achieve happiness. But it can be the curse, if you will, if not checked. What am I doing? What am I doing real quick? I don't want to keep this too long. I am digging in the past. What does that mean? A lot of people are looking for these ICOs. Of course, I still am. I have a team to do that. However, if I did not have a team, if it was just me, if I go back to the early D days when I was doing everything my damn self, I had a decision to make. I had a fork. I wouldn't try to do both. I would commit to one, and I'm committing to the past. I think there's a lot of small coins that are being overlooked. A lot of small cap coins that have been forgotten that, have a team that raised a good amount of money, but they've just been overlooked because everyone's looking to these new ICOs. And then before you know it, time, that precious thing that I always say you can't buy, catches up and a partnership will form. And then the moon will be seen by one of these coins that people have forgotten. The lost coins will come. A lot of them are going to die. I'm not going to say that. A lot of these are going to die. It's hard to be found again once lost. However, the ones that make it have the most potential. And I'm looking in the past. I think that, yeah, there's a lot of ways you can easily make 5, 10, 100x, whatever, off your ICOs. I'm not saying that. I wouldn't be dedicating resources to looking for that if I didn't believe in ICOs. Of course I do. However, I think there's a gem right now. And I'm giving this to you while I'm still doing it. Right? I think it's fun. I think the hunt is fun. I think that I don't really give a fuck if people are doing my strategy or not. May the best person win. And that's how I always feel. But this is what I'm doing. I'm looking at these older coins. I'm looking at these coins that have been around for a while. I'm looking at the teams. I'm talking to them. These are the people that need the most help. These are the people that you can really put in some work. People want to chase all these coins that they couldn't be a part of the team no matter how hard they tried. But a lot of these coins could, I'm just saying, there's a lot of them. And so people are digging, people are searching the future. I'm digging in the past. That's where I'm at right now. Go ahead and enjoy your weekends. I'm going to have a lax weekend. I went to Universal Studios. I still I feel jet lagged. It was awesome. Got to go ride that Harry Potter ride. All right, cool here. Cheers. Peace.